Welcome to Secure Your Benefits, your trusted source for the latest updates and guidance on Social Security and disability benefits in the United States. If you or a loved one has recently applied for Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, or Supplemental Security Income, SSII, and received a denial, you're not alone. The truth is, most disability claims are initially denied. But here's the good news. A denial is not the end of the road. Today, we're going to walk you through how to appeal a denied Social Security disability claim in 2025 with clear steps and practical advice to help you protect your rights and increase your chances of success. So let's start with what usually happens after a claim is denied. When you apply for SSDI or SSI, your application goes through an initial review by a Disability Determination Services, DDS, office. This is where they look at your medical records, work history, and personal details to decide whether you meet the Social Security Administration's SSA strict definition of disability. If your initial claim is denied, and that happens to nearly 70% of applicants, you have the right to appeal. The important thing is not to give up. Appealing can be a long process, but many people do win their cases on appeal. In 2025, the appeal process remains structured in 4 levels. The first level is called a reconsideration. If you receive a denial letter, you typically have 60 days from the date you receive it to file a request for reconsideration. During this stage, someone who wasn't involved in the original decision will take a fresh look at your case, including any new evidence you provide. That's why it's so important to review the denial notice carefully. It will tell you why your claim was denied. Maybe they didn't think your condition was severe enough, or perhaps there wasn't enough medical documentation. Whatever the reason, use it as a guide for what to submit in your appeal. At this point, you might want to consider getting help from a disability attorney or a Social Security advocate. While it's not required, professional support can make a real difference. These experts understand what SSA looks for and can help you gather the right evidence, communicate with SSA, and stay on top of deadlines. And don't worry, most disability lawyers work on a contingency basis, meaning they only get paid if you win your case. The fee is regulated by federal law and typically comes out of your back pay, so there's no upfront cost to you. If your reconsideration is also denied, the next level is a hearing before an administrative law judge or ALJ. Again, you have 60 days to request this hearing. In 2025, the SSA continues to make use of both in-person and virtual hearings, which means you can choose what works best for you. At the hearing, you'll be able to present your case in more detail. This is your chance to explain how your condition affects your ability to work and to submit additional medical records or even bring in witnesses such as doctors or vocational experts. It's essential to be well prepared for the hearing. The judge will likely ask questions about your daily activities, your work history, and your treatment. Honesty is key, but so is clarity. Be specific about your limitations. For example, instead of saying, "I get tired easily," describe how long you can stand, sit, or concentrate before needing a break. Remember, the judge doesn't know you personally. They are basing their decision on your testimony and your records. The more detailed and consistent your information is, the better. If the judge denies your claim, you can request a review by the Appeals Council, which is the 3rd level of appeal. The Appeals Council will look at your case to determine whether the judge made any legal or procedural errors. They can either deny your request, send the case back to the judge for another hearing, or make a new decision themselves. This process can take several months, sometimes longer, so patience is essential. And finally, if the Appeals Council denies your request or issues an unfavorable decision, the last option is to file a civil lawsuit in federal court. This is the final level of appeal, and by this point, it's crucial to have legal representation. While not many cases reach this stage, some do, and people have won benefits through federal court decisions. Again, the focus here is whether the SSA followed the law and made a decision supported by evidence. Now, let's talk a bit about the common reasons claims get denied in the first place. One of the biggest is lack of SSA needs to see proof that your condition is severe, long-term, and prevents you from working. That means regular doctor visits, test results, treatment notes, and detailed documentation of your symptoms. If your medical records are incomplete or outdated, your claim might be denied even if you truly can't work. That's why it's so important to keep up with your healthcare and communicate openly with your providers. Another common issue is that the SSA believes the applicant can still do some type of work. Maybe your old job is no longer possible, but if they think you could adjust to a different type of work based on your age, education, and skills, they might deny your claim. This is where vocational evidence and expert testimony can help show that even those jobs aren't realistic for you. Also, failing to follow prescribed treatment can hurt your case. If a doctor tells you to take medication, go to physical therapy, or follow a treatment plan, and you don't do it, SSA might say you're not doing your part to improve your condition. Of course, there are valid reasons someone might not follow treatment, such as side effects, lack of insurance, or other health concerns, but those reasons need to be explained and documented. At Secure Your Benefits, we always stress the importance of preparation, persistence, and professionalism. The disability appeal process isn't easy, but understanding your rights and staying organized can make a big difference. One of the most useful things you can do is create a personal file where you keep all your SSA documents, medical records, contact info for doctors, and a timeline of your symptoms and treatments. That way, when you get a letter or a call from SSA, you'll have everything you need right at your fingertips. And let's not forget, as of 2025, there are a few important updates to be aware of. The SSA is working to improve the speed and accessibility of appeals through online services. You can now submit appeals, upload documents, and check your case status on the SSA's website or through your My Social Security account. This makes it easier to stay on track with deadlines and avoid paperwork. Just be sure you're using the official site ssag.gov and not a third-party website. Also, there's an increased emphasis on mental health conditions in disability evaluations. If your disability includes anxiety, depression, PTSD, or other mental health challenges, make sure those are clearly documented and treated as part of your claim. The SSA recognizes that mental health can impact your ability to function just as much as physical conditions. So, don't leave those aspects out of your application or appeal. If you're appealing a denied claim right now, just remember the process takes time, but many people who appeal end up getting approved for benefits. In fact, approval rates go up significantly at the hearing level, especially when applicants present strong medical evidence and get legal. Here at Secure Your Benefits, we're committed to helping you navigate these complex systems with clarity and confidence. Whether you're just starting your appeal or you've been waiting months for a hearing, know that you are not alone. Stay focused, keep documenting everything, and don't miss your deadlines. If you do those things, you give yourself the best chance of success. Thank you for watching today's video. If you find this information helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Secure Your Benefits for more updates, guides, and tips on Social Security, disability claims, and more. Drop your questions or experiences in the comments. We love hearing from our community and helping you get the benefits you deserve. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.